literally strips away all the fluff. We're dissecting the true, brutal anatomy of success. There is absolutely no sugarcoating here. Instead, we're going to uncover the unvarnished truth from the author about what it actually takes to transform your life. It's an intensely raw take, and honestly, I'm so ready to unpack these hard-hitting concepts with you. Okay, let's dive into this. Are you looking for a shortcut? Because if you are, the source material makes it crystal clear. Anyone searching for quick, painless hacks to bypass the hard work is entirely in the wrong place. This explainer is specifically for those willing to confront the harsh, daily realities of real achievement that the author lays out. The text paints this vivid, almost painful picture contrasting two very different types of people. First, we have the two-day hustler. You know the type, right? These are the folks who get incredibly hyped up, they announce to the whole world they are going to dig through a mountain, but they completely vanish at the very first sight of a tough rock. By day 3, you can't even see their smoke. Contrast that with the relentless achiever. This is that rare person who is fully prepared to grind in the dark, every single day, completely unseen and totally unbothered by the lack of applause. Section 1. The short-lived fire. The source delivers an incredibly direct, confrontational quote right out of the gate. If you are one of those cheap people who gets crazy for 4 days after watching a big video or seeing someone's car and then goes back to a cheap life, you can stop right now. Wow. When I first read that, it really struck me. It emphatically argues that fleeting motivation, that temporary burst of adrenaline you get from the outside, will absolutely never change your reality. It's a harsh truth to swallow, but it's the core foundation we have to accept before we move forward. Section 2. The ultimate missing ingredient. So the crucial point here is how much we love our excuses. We sit around and blame bad luck, we complain about having no clear path, or we cry about a lack of resources. But the text just rips the Band-Aid off. You actually have everything you need. The harsh reality, what you actually lack is the courage for relentless consistency. The only thing genuinely missing is the sheer guts to keep going when it hurts. What I found truly fascinating is how the text actually defines consistency. It's not just passively showing up and checking a box. No, it defines consistency as having the raw courage to strike the exact same place relentlessly, day after day. It's an aggressive, intentional, and often agonizing act of repeatedly attacking the exact same spot until the universe finally yields. Section 3. The blacksmith's hammer. And this brilliantly illustrates the reality of progress. Think of a blacksmith. In actual forging, cold iron requires immense, sustained kinetic energy before its molecular structure even begins to stress. Step 1. The first strike. The hammer hits with full force and the solid iron does not break. Step 2. The second strike. Still, absolutely nothing visibly happens. But step 3 is the breakthrough. Relentless, unstoppable strikes. The blacksmith keeps hitting that exact same spot with full power over and over without stopping. And eventually, the iron surrenders to the accumulated effort. But we have to ask ourselves this absolutely crucial question based on that metaphor. Was it that final strike that held all the power? Was the last swing of the hammer somehow magic? The source argues a definitive no. That final strike wasn't magical at all. Rather, it was the invisible, compounding power of the entire journey, every single unseen swing from the very first to the last that actually broke the iron. And here is the hardest part about swinging that hammer. There's a massive disconnect between what people see and what is actually happening. The world's view is that nothing is changing. People will mock your effort, they'll laugh and tell you that you just don't have what it takes. But the hidden reality? Internally, that rock, that obstacle, is slowly shattering with every single unseen effort you make. The structural integrity is failing right beneath the surface, exactly where the critics can't see it. This leads to one of the most hard-hitting takeaways from our source material. Talent can be beaten, luck can be changed, but a stubborn grit that stands up in front of you every single day cannot be defeated. Pure, stubborn grit. Waking up and doing the work absolutely regardless of the results, that will ultimately force the entire world to drop to its knees. Section 4. Master your own mind. Now, what's really interesting about this is the stark psychological contrast it presents. Are you a slave to your mood? Like, are you the kind of person who takes a day off the second your body feels a little tired or uninspired? Or are you the king, the dominant mindset that stands up, grabs a sword, and is ready to conquer even in the absolute worst conditions? You have to actively learn to rule your own mind rather than surrendering to its momentary whims. Because the reality presented here is absolute. Success is not a favor, it is the name of a daily sacrifice. Just think about the massive stakes in your own life right now. You have incredibly big dreams to achieve. You want to change your status. You have debts of deep gratitude to repay. The source makes it painfully clear a comfortable 2-day workweek will never, ever settle those massive accounts. You have to sacrifice every single day. Section 5. The silent volcano. Let's move to see how this builds into an actionable commitment. The source demands that you make a promise to yourself, starting today. There are absolute non-negotiables. No excuses, no crying or complaining. You do not stop for the weather, come rain or shine, and most importantly, you do not stop for your mood, whether you are incredibly happy or completely broken inside. Your next step simply cannot stop. So why make this brutal commitment? I leave you with this really powerful final question to ponder as we wrap up. Will you let your daily silent fire erupt into the volcano that writes your era? Let the others jump around and make noise right now. It's their fleeting time. Your job is to quietly, ruthlessly build the relentless consistency that will cause absolute destruction when your time inevitably comes. Thank you so much for diving into this explainer with me. Now, take this understanding and get back to the grind.